Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another session of Ask Zak with myself, Zak, and I'm fortunate enough to be joined by Yolandi from our finance division.
Hi everyone, I'm Yolandi, and Zak, tonight's topic is holiday care for pets. So Zak, as you know, we are in the festive season, and not a lot of people are fortunate enough to travel with their pets. So what advice do you have for the pets staying at home?
Well, first prize would be if you can have a pet sitter, somebody that's there every day that can look after the pets. Remember, when we give our animals food, we look if they eat, because if they don't eat, we know they're getting sick and we can get help for them. And of course, when like now, we've got massive thunderstorms and animals are terrified, then we can bring them in. So that's first prize, and that's what you actually want, is somebody to come and look after. But let's say that person can't be there every day. There are a few little solutions. Something like a feeder. If you see, look at this, is an example of an automatic feeder. You just open up at the top, fill in food,
Yes.
and it's going to come out at the bottom, and the dog can regulate itself.
And it comes in nice colors.
Luckily, yes. And good luck if you've got a Labrador, because they're going to finish it in the first sitting. So you're going to have to train your animals to be able to use something like that. And of course, this is the version for the food. You also get the versions for the water, because we know water is very important for them and they need to get their water in. So that is first, second prize, that's what you can do. But always have somebody that can at least go and check on them. Check that the feeders are still, there's food in it and there's water. You do not want your animals to run out of those things in the period that you are away.
No, definitely. Thank you, Zak. Zak, and if you are fortunate enough to travel with your pets, what advice do you have for traveling with them?
Now, first of all, if we kick it off, a lot of people look for stuff to calm their animals with. Now, if I've got an example here, like it's a product, if you can see it, we call it Calm Ease. You get it in a tablet or a liquid form like this one. Now, what's nice about it, it's a natural product, so it just takes those stress levels down a notch. It doesn't knock the animal out, because that's the last thing that you want to do, is the animal be knocked out and still experiencing and hearing the stuff in the background. They freak out on the inside, and that's a bad place for them. It's very traumatic for them. So we don't want that. So you can give them this. Remember, it is a natural product, so we started a few days beforehand so that it can build up in the system. Of course, another thing that we do is we don't feed them the night before. We don't want them to have a number 1 or number 2 all the time on the road, and you have to stop at every second garage. Though we make it a road trip, we don't want to stop unnecessarily. And then, of course, if you're traveling with your animals, this thing is big, you can use something, oh my word, something like a traveler that you can keep your pets in. It keeps them safe, it keeps them comfortable, and it makes sure that they don't, let's say something happens in the car, that they don't freak out on the driver and can possibly cause an accident. So those are the basic things. Of course, if you get out of the car, you want a good harness, you want a good lead so that you've got control of your animal. Otherwise, you might pick up a few fights with the other travelers, with their dogs. So basic things like that. And of course, water. Always ensure during your trip that you've got water for them. I see in Yolandi's video that's going to post a little bit later, there's those expandable water bowls, very easy to travel with, which makes things a little bit easier.
Yes, no, that's true. Thank you, Zak. Zak, as you know, we are in the festive season, so people like their crackers. And especially my little Lulu, she freaks out for loud noises. So would this Calm Ease also then help for that?
That is very important, and that's a very good question that you're asking. Now, this Calm Ease, I know I mentioned it now with the traveling, but as we said, we've got crackers now going off during the festive period, and of course, especially New Year, and the thunderstorms that we're having. So the animals that are petrified, okay, first of all, bring them into a safe place. That is very important. Otherwise, they need a place to hide where they feel secure. So bring them in as far as possible, so that they be as close to you as possible, because that's they see you as their reassurance. And then, of course, something like this Calm Ease that you can start a few days. It just breaks those stress levels, just takes that edge off,
Yes.
so that the freaking out is not that bad. They're still going to experience it negatively, but we can make it easier for them in this period.
No, definitely. Zak, and does the Calm Ease only come in a liquid form, or does it come maybe in a pill as well?
Luckily, yes, you do get it in both forms, liquid and tablet form.
Perfect.
Just very important. We give it according to body weight. So make sure when you get the container, let's say you buy the pills or this, that you give them the correct amount. It doesn't help you underdose them and get no effects from it. You need the effects. And what's nice about a product like this, because it's natural, you cannot overdose. So you cannot do harm to your dog. I wouldn't advise, but they can eat a whole bottle and they won't get any damage to them. But yeah, stay according to the instructions,
Yes.
and then you know you will be safe.
Yes, perfect. Thank you so much, Zak. So guys, you can get all these accessories and the Calm Ease, you can get at your nearest ALZU one-stop shop. So make sure to pop in there before you go onto your travels, and safe travels over the festive season.
And from my side, have a good evening. Until next week, same time, same place.
Bye.